from my perspective, being a 20-some-year-old Clevelander, if you will, just 16 miles east of Cleveland here. I see the world differently than someone in New York would, or someone out in California. But here, specifically in Ohio, I would definitely have done things differently. I've never had anyone yell at me. No one's ever yelled at me so far. My name is Matt, and I'm a volunteer of the Ohio Republican Party.
Okay.
Just stop by to talk to you for a few minutes. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind answering a few questions. So.
Not really today.
Okay.
Thanks.
If you don't mind, I do have just a little literature for you.
I got 2 of them in the mail today.
Okay. Well, thank you. Will you be voting for John McCain and Sarah Palin in November? Okay. For me, it's too close to call in this area. It's been really hit and miss, but so far it's been a lot more hitting than missing, and we'll see how it goes with this next House. Will you be voting for John McCain and Sarah Palin in November?
Yeah, I think we both are.
Okay. Right now, I think this is more of an independent area where there's not one way or another. Mentor's big enough, 50-some thousand people, where you do get a good feel for exactly how people, how people of all kinds think together, not just one certain kind of, thought. Will you be voting for John McCain and Sarah Palin?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think it's close. That's just me.
It's going well. We're still talking to a lot of people. A few more haven't been home, but getting the word out, and only one person's been a little bit rude and slamming the door in my face. But other than that, I can't complain. There's a lot of McCain supporters out there, which is a wonderful thing.
There's a bigger picture of just being a citizen of the world and knowing how much influence and power the United States has, that it is really important, and it's not just important for Americans, but it's important for the whole of the rest of the world who their leader is, because it impacts on all of us.
Senator Obama, if I could only but vote, you'd have my vote. But I'm sure you'll settle for my wife's vote, especially as it is in the state of Virginia. Yeah! Barack Obama likes to say, yes, we can, but, we're in Scotland, so what do you think we're going to say here? Aye, we can. All right, let's hear it. Can we make a difference as Americans abroad, not in America? Can we make a difference for our country? Aye, we can. Can we elect Barack Obama the next president of the United States of America? Aye, we can. Thanks, everybody.
For ministers, you're so used to speaking about hope. You're so used to looking at the future and speaking these terms, that Obama's message really did touch a chord. And it's certainly not me. There are many other ministers I know who have been deeply affected by this election. Have been very supportive of what Obama has been standing for and what he's trying to do. It always amazes me when we go over there and take gas prices as an example. When we tell folks how much it costs to fill up our car here, I mean, the folks are just blown away. They just no concept that the cost of living elsewhere is different or anything like that.
Americana is present. It has permeated every country and every way of life. You ain't never Colorado, you ain't no friend of mine. And probably throughout the whole world, really. So in actual fact, and I'm not sure that since Americans don't learn about other countries in schools the way other countries teach about America. I mean, we did American history and world history, world geography in school, and learned a great deal about this country. That's one reason I was so happy to come and see it all, because I knew a lot about America before I came. And I think there's, for the most part, many Americans don't have, unless they have the chance to travel, if they stay in Ohio or the United States and don't go anywhere else, they really know very little about it. And I don't think they're encouraged.
Every time we've gone out to a pub and we ever say, oh, we're politics students from the United States, then everybody, just Scottish citizens have opinions and ideas, well-informed, surprisingly well-informed opinions about American politics. Because you think about in the United States, if you went up and down the streets in Boston or New York and you ask people who the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is, you'd probably get a lot of Tony Blairs and not as many Gordon Browns, so it was interesting.
I love Britain, I love British culture, I love that we're in the hub of what's going on. You've got Europe on one side, we've got America on the other. I think it's a great place to live, so I wouldn't live anywhere else, but America certainly would be up high and other places I'd want to live.
I haven't ever heard someone telling me, I want to live in the States. Actually, I was talking today with a friend who lives here. It's a Mexican, but she lives in Edinburgh. And she told me, I want to do my PhD, but the only place that I can do it is in New York. And the last thing I want to do is to go and live in the States. So I think now it's a myth. I mean, of course, there are many people who want to live there, but I don't know anyone.
No, I don't really have any desire to live in the US. I enjoyed visiting it, but I don't have any strong desire to go and live or work there.
I don't think I could live anywhere where guns were so readily available and legal.
I mean, the American TV, but we're always told it's so always talking about violence and how everybody's suddenly out to get you. I mean, I think this might even come through from the gun culture as well. I mean, I find guns absolutely terrifying. The idea of people being armed. I don't even like seeing police with armed because I'm just uncomfortable with ideas of guns. But the Americans, it seems to be everybody's out to get you, even at an individual level. And that extends to the whole idea of the country as well, of everybody's out to get America and everybody just wants to be here and take my life and take my job. Which we don't all want to be an American. I'm very happy being a Brit and a European.
Well, what does that say about the American psyche then? You know, if they have this fundamental fear of each other, you know, it appears that their psyche is all entrenched in this idea of everyone's out to get me and I need my gun to shoot anyone who comes, near me and threatens me in any way. Whereas, if you go to a place like Canada, right next to America, people leave the door open, there's not this thing with guns. And I think if they just drop the whole fear pretense, it's the same with terrorism. They ratchet up beyond all reasonableness. It just gets completely unreasonable, red alert, all this kind of stuff. And fair enough, there was 9/11, but there's a sense that they just completely overreacted.